my fellow bats. This is kind of a unorthodox way to film. For right now, this is the only way I can film. I don't know why I didn't bring my tripod. I guess I just didn't feel like walking around with it. I was hoping to find a tombstone or headstone that I can set this on and then just sit in front of it so I wouldn't have to hold the camera. But there is an unusually high amount of people here for whatever reason, and so I'm limited in terms of space according to where they are. So, and this is the only spot I could find. It's actually in the corner of the cemetery that was burned. As I'm sure you can tell by the title, this is the Extraordinary Goth tag, started by Rachel, Shade, and Lady Lecter. I was gonna do just like the normal goth tag, but because it's not one of the videos that I saved from my channel before I deleted it, but then I was like, this one's, I like the idea behind this one. I will link the original video, Rachel's video, down below for you guys, so you can watch it if you want to. Anyways, we'll just jump into it. 1. How long have you been identifying as goth? I want to say like freshman year of college. It's kind of like, I don't want to say it's complicated, but we'll just say freshman year of college, because that's when I finally accepted it. I was like, okay, I'm goth. Like this is what it is, and this is who I am, and the music. And it wasn't really this big OMG I'm goth kind of thing or anything like that. So if that makes any sense, I don't know if I'm making sense. 2. What was your first encounter with the goth subculture? Music, through music obviously, but I remember it clearly. It's so weird. It was Bela Lugosi's Dead by Bauhaus. I know that's like stereotypical, a staple, but it's a staple for a reason. First of all, I discovered it through Pandora. Or no, I discovered Pandora and YouTube were really my portals or links or whatever into the goth subculture, through music obviously. And so I heard Bela Lugosi's Dead, and I was like, oh gee, this is amazing, let me see if there's a music video for it. I went onto YouTube and my mind was just blown, and it was just like, it just grew from there. I remember the first time I actually heard it, I thought something was wrong with like my computer, because if you've ever heard it, it starts out like, I don't know, like weird, and I was like, is something wrong? I didn't know that was like actually part of it, but once I understood that that was part of the song, I was like, this is amazing. How have I never known about this before? 3. How many items of crushed velvet clothing do you own? None, actually. I'm not really a velvet person. I'm more of a lace and silk kind of person, and leather. I don't really like velvet. Don't really like the feeling of it on my skin and the look of it, and it can just get very dirty quickly. Number 4, what is your favorite / least favorite goth clothing staple? I want to say pikes. They look gorgeous, but they don't look good on me, I don't think. So that's why I don't like them. I'm sure there's other stuff out there that I don't like about it, but that's the first thing that comes to mind is pikes. Actually, what are they called? I can't remember what they're called. Creepers. I do not like creepers at all. I think they are too chunky. They, like, for the height of the shoe, you know how it only comes up to like your ankle or something? I think that only goes with boots, and so I just don't like creepers. I think they're just gross. Number 5, what widely accepted goth band can you not stand? That's hard, because for each band there's certain songs that I like, so I guess I'd have to pick a band who's like the majority of their songs I don't like. Who would that be? Okay, I'm sorry for this, but I'm gonna say The Cure, because I really only like 2, maybe 3 of their songs. I feel bad about saying that, but it's true. Just, I don't really listen to them that much. At first I was gonna say Sisters of Mercy, but I like more songs by Sisters of Mercy than I do by The Cure, so that's why I say The Cure. Number 6, in the goth subculture, there is a lot of death imagery. What meaning does this hold for you personally? I could go into so much. Oh, excuse like the marks on the side of my nose. It's because I actually wore sunglasses today. So that's actually one of the things that drew me to the subculture, was death. But I guess even then it's still so subjective, and it depends on the individual, which is why I suppose this says personally. I think it's great. It's one of the reasons why I love the goth subculture, is because it normalizes death to a degree. Not saying that when someone dies, oh, it's like whatever, but it's just, for me, I like it because it's like death isn't this big, terrible, horrible thing. Death and how you die are 2 different things, okay? Death and dying are 2 different things. Like, no one wants to be burned alive because that's painful, you know? Drowning, being buried alive, things like that. Those are like the 3 top ways I don't want to die. But death itself is great, I think. And it takes a whole new spiritual meaning for me too, because I'm a disciple. So you could go into like the whole, I don't know, to me, I like to think of it as like I'm the living dead, because as a disciple I die to myself every day. So there's like that spiritual level of the idea of death as well. I think in the goth subculture, and this is one of my favorite things about it, and one of the things that, I don't know, keeps me attached to it or whatever, is that death has become an aesthetic. It's like how in Victorian times death was kind of an aesthetic to a degree. I think it has come back and been revived in the goth subculture. So death is an aesthetic, which is why pale skin and things like that, and heavy contouring and different things like that are associated with the subculture, is because of the death aesthetic. And that's not to say that you aren't goth if you are not pale or anything like that, but that's part of why those 2 go hand in hand, if that makes sense. I think death is beautiful, is made beautiful. I think we are not necessarily unafraid of it, but just fascinated by it and accept it and interested by it, more interested in it than the average individual. And we take it and turn it into an aesthetic and something beautiful, and that's one of the things that I love about the subculture. So number 7, what is your favorite piece of Gothic literature, and can you name your 3 favorite characters from Gothic literature in general? Well, that's hard. Okay, this is all off the top of my head. So I think my favorite piece of Gothic literature is The Monk. If you have not read it, you need to read it. Like, it is my new standard, okay, for every piece of Gothic literature that I read from now on. So The Monk, in terms of my favorite characters, oh wait, The Woman in White is wonderful too, you guys. Okay, I'm gonna say Miss Halcombe from The Woman in White, because she's not a crybaby. And the Count in that book was amazing too, even though he was an antagonist. So him. And oh, I can't pick just 3. Jane Eyre and Mr. Rochester. We'll leave it at that. Who are your 3 favorite goth bands to listen to? Clan of Zymox, or however you say that. I'm like caught between the 69 Eyes and the Sisters of Mercy. So I'll put those two at like the same level, cheating a bit. And then third favorite, I don't know. Do I have to answer this question? I'm gonna just move on to the next question because I'm sitting here taking too long to think about that. Okay, what are your three all-time favorite songs to dance to in the goth club? I don't go clubbing. Even if I weren't goth, I wouldn't go clubbing. There's many reasons why I don't go clubbing. It's just a personal conviction of mine to never do that for reasons. Really? So I'll just pick my top 3 favorite goth songs, I guess. I don't even know that. Like, why? This is so hard. Oh my gosh. I probably should have like answered these before I started filming just so I could have something ready. Oh, another goth, well, I don't know if they count because they're cyber goth and that wasn't really a thing when goth first started. I was gonna say Angel Spit. I really like Angel Spit. So if they count, then that's one of my bands and I would also dance to any of their songs. Oh, Alice in Her Party Dress. Okay, I will dance to that any day. Anything by Sisters of Mercy, I will dance to. So, and Clan of Zymox. So I'll just leave it at that. Okay, last question. What is the funniest encounter you've ever had with someone in response to your goth appearance? I can't remember who it was, but someone asked me if I look like this every day. I'm like, yeah. And I don't even get super gothed up most of the time, you know? It's just, at least I don't think I do. It's just normal. And most people are like, are you just gonna be yourself for Halloween? And I'm like, might as well be, I guess. That was super quick, and I'm sorry if it was super distracting and noisy and stuff, but this is my situation right now. I don't know, I've thought about filming in my hearse, but I need stuff for that, yeah, anyways. Unless you like, you know, me filming in cemeteries, I mean, that's cool too. I could just do that, except for in the winter. I'm not doing it in the winter, because it's too cold. Anyways, so, yeah. I'm sorry if my answers were really that interesting. If you want to do the tag, go ahead. I will leave the questions down below for you guys. And, yeah. I think that's it. Oh, this makeup is actually inspired by the song Alice in Her Party Dress, so I mean, it's kind of messed up because it's like the middle of the day or whatever, but and I will film a tutorial on this, so yeah. I guess that's it, and I will see you guys in my next video.